TGIF ready to go. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to Island Tea for the very first day of September. The first.
Pleasant morning to everyone. As you have said, we say happy September, a fresh month to conquer filled with opportunities. Let us remember to start each day with positivity. Cherish every moment because they are as fleeting as the summer. So I'm going to say that again. Happy September. A fresh month to conquer, filled with opportunities. Let us remember, let us start each day with positivity. Let us cherish every moment. They are as fleeting as the summer. A pleasant morning to everyone who is listening to our program this morning, Island Tea. I just wish you the best. We have 3 months to go within the year. September, well, let's say September, October, November, December, 4 months. Yes.
Wow, when you put it like that. Wow.
It's
wow.
Yeah. So after this month, it's 3 more to go. So we're almost saying a happy 2024. It's
Pretty
almost December, but let's celebrate September.
By next week Wednesday, it'll be Christmas Eve.
Yes. And by next week too, the streets will be flowing with children, students. It's back to that period again next week.
Don't remind me.
So let us make the best of every opportunity. And talking about students and going back to school, Nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis have been commended for pursuing studies in fields that promote sustainable development. And if we are to look at an article with WINNFM, it is stating that there are some students, some persons, some nationals who have received scholarships. And so we have Mr. Tuckett, Miss Hamilton, Miss Hendrickson, Miss Williams, Miss Christian, Mr. Jeffords, and Miss Walters. So these persons have received scholarships, and the article goes on to say, and is quoted by Mr. Blanchett, who is the permanent secretary in the Prime Minister's office. It says that these 7 scholarship awardees exemplify the spirit of dedication and excellence that will propel our nation towards a sustainable future. These scholars, some of whom are civil servants, have shown their commitment not only through their pursuit of knowledge, but also through their pledge to contribute back to their beloved nation of St. Kitts and Nevis through bonded agreements. This signifies their understanding that the knowledge and expertise that they acquire will directly benefit our nation, fostering progress and innovation for years to come.
And I want to join in and say not only good morning, but congrats. I have known Shezon since he was a baby, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that article. I didn't even know he was still pursuing studies because he has been pretty active in his current government job. And I often tap in onto him for information and advice. So congrats to Shezon and all the other recipients.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations. And today is the government has announced that today is Wear Green. And so, we are here in our green. And
Jamster read the article and still did not listen to the instructions.
Jamster will do what Jamster wants.
Which one?
The same one we were discussing last night about wear green. What color are you wearing today?
Article? Just you said article, so that
same difference. Don't try to deflect.
No,
what happened?
Green?
Wait, yes.
Huh? I do what I want to do.
See, I told you.
Exactly. Not even a simple instruction.
What is going to make me wear green if I don't feel like wearing green?
This is why some things just can't go right.
Yeah.
I mean, she even has a green travel mug.
I'm greening every day.
And so, yes, today the color to be sporting is green. And as we start September, we remember and reflect on our years. It's going to be 40 years of independence.
You better not say that's an old thing.
You
better be very careful with the next few words that you choose.
when it comes to the age of a country, 40 is very young.
I mean, people even say that the United States is a young country.
I know, and they're
and
older
they're
than
200
us.
Yeah.
and something.
Yeah.
Compared to
When it comes to the years of a country, that's very, very young. You know,
True.
like you
We're
might
babies,
say,
right?
like, and you know, it's relative when you talk about
It is.
age, because
It
when you
is.
say a dog is 10 years, that's pretty
Yeah.
old.
or like listen.
Yeah, dog years.
in track and
yeah.
field, they go on
Yeah.
about
Well, you
oh,
have to multiply it by to get human years. Like, is it 7? What?
I think it's 7 about there.
they go
Yeah.
they go on in track and field about or even football. You know, take Shelly Ann Fraser Price. She's 36, right?
Yeah, and people are already talking about retirement
she's,
for her.
She's old for in track and field, yes, but 36, you know, in pretty much any other field is you're a spring chicken,
36
right?
Yeah.
generally is young.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
And you know what? I'm not even touching this with you
but
guys.
Messi, I think Messi is surprisingly Messi's like what 41?
Is it?
And he's yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Messi's that old? I thought he was like 38. I don't know why.
But
Maybe you could Google
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but I was thinking, because I mean, there's better nutrition, better training. There's no reason really, unless you
Exactly.
drastically fall off in your let's say your abilities and your skills and so.
That
For you
goes
to
for
stop.
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like earlier in the week, somebody called and kind of put like a date on my woman Azard's reproductive system, and it brings me to mind that Janet Jackson had a baby at 50. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it speaks
Yeah.
to everything. So we're young.
True.
you hit me with that one unexpectedly.
I mean,
I was just thinking, like, you know, because of what Jamsa said, like better access to technology, health,
Healthcare,
eating,
yeah.
everything.
yeah.
yes.
And I was reading something early in the week, which I was kind of eye opening for me, and I went to think about it. It's true. It said that even something as simple now as drinking more water,
Let me tell
people
you.
are aging slower now. It said.
Azard has me on that journey.
And
Yeah, but you know, drinking water, a lot of water, especially, it has so many benefits.
So
Yeah.
many. Like I saw him come in here with this huge bottle. I was like, what's happening here? And then he was like, you know, it's really hot. We should be drinking more water. And I listened. And now we kind of have a little competition, but I think he's winning.
Yeah.
I mean, remember we had-
Generally, you know, I'm crappy at drinking water, and Azard has like but I love the bottle because it's the exact amount that we should drink on a daily basis is the eight glasses that we should be drinking. And my staff knows that I'm competing with you, so every now and then they'll remind me. They'll be like, "How far Azard gone? You're not drinking water."
But Candy has to remember, you know, that the bare minimum is 2.2 liters per day.
Okay, let me just get
I
over
can't,
this
I
hump
can't,
first,
I can't
please.
really, I can't really. But it kind of brought it home to me too. Remember we were talking about guavas and you know how they used to say,
Yes.
tell us, oh guavas. What I realized when I thought about it, it's not really true. You know, guava is no different to any other. It's just that we weren't drinking enough water as kids. That's all it
That's
was.
but you know, if you
Yeah.
do eat the guavas green, there is an effect. But
Whoa.
yeah, there is an
We
effect.
just weren't drinking enough water.
Yeah. But you know, right off of that sustainable news and into an article that jumped out at me because I actually have an interest in this area.
Yes.
First greenhouse village to be erected in 2023. SKN's agriculture minister expects positive results, and there's a long article on the WINNFM page. You guys can check it out. But basically, our agriculture minister, Honorable Samal Duggins, is just giving us a heads up that they're ready to do the first greenhouse village. And a piece of the article actually says that one of the holdups is the hurricane season, because, you know, that's what we're, you know, preparing for right now. But it says St. Kitts and Nevis is forging ahead with the establishment of greenhouse villages, one of the country's priority initiatives aimed at improving local production and reducing the food import bill by 25% by 25. And he says, we have identified our first area that we want to commission our first greenhouse village. We've started land preparations already. That is in the Whitegate area. And the greenhouses are actually on island and are ready to be erected. And so one of the hindrances that we have at this present moment is that we are at the middle of the hurricane season. And we recognize that it may not be the most ideal plan to erect them until we're cleared of the season. So what they're doing now is more preparation to begin erecting them later this year. And I wanted to highlight just 2 sections of the articles because he said, for me right now, actually, let me go up just a little bit. St. Kitts was a dominant agriculture hub with the processing and exporting of sugar, a monocrop, for over 350 years. However, since the closure of the St. Kitts sugar industry in July 2005, agriculture has made no significant contribution to the economy. Minister Duggins disclosed that the agriculture sector is currently contributing just over 1% to the country's GDP, but a greater contribution would be more acceptable. For me right now, I'm aiming to see somewhere close to 10% in the initial stage, considering where we are now. Then ultimately, I would like to push towards 20% to 25%. And Duggins is optimistic that the greenhouse villages will help to combat the effects of climate change, protect crops from feral animals, increase production and yield, ensure quality production, maximize profits for farmers, and generate additional revenue for the country. And I was actually pretty interested in this whole initiative, and so I'm happy to see that it's plowing along, no pun intended.
Indeed.
But
Indeed.
I like the projections. I like the little bit of, I guess, information that we got at the bottom, because reading this article, I get the sense that even though there's you're never going to make everybody happy, right? So there are people out there that are not happy where we are with farming right now, but I see this as a step in the right direction. And just, reading this and seeing that he's basically repeating some of the things that the farmers have been saying, I feel like we're getting somewhere. And that's me being really optimistic.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so,
Yeah,
too.
I actually, I read the article and I was just kind of like smiling to myself because like he mentioned some of the same crops that the farmers mentioned. And, the aim is to make agriculture 10% initially, the 10% more productive because now it's at 1%, and then of course grow it. So good luck in all of your endeavors, and we're rooting for you. I don't know why all these farming puns are coming up in my head.
Rooting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see that this is this has started, and I really hope to see it take fruit. I'm done. That was the last one.
You're on a roll this morning.
Blame the coffee. Oh my goodness.
Let us hope that the farmers do not labor in vain.
We're a mess. On another note, so I was listening to the news just before I ran out of the house, and the G20 summit is coming up. But this is kind of like on a I guess it's treading lighter note. So India has always had a monkey issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you know anything about their religious beliefs and their culture, right? A lot of persons don't believe in like killing animals, and the Hindu religion has different gods that are kind of what's the word I want, depicted as different animals. So there's Ganesh, who's a monkey, an elephant, and there's Hanuman, which is like a monkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of have let these macaque monkeys roam the streets freely, and they have basically taken over. And so I'm listening to this and I'm like, St. Kitts might be able to pull a few tips from this. So the monkeys just do whatever they want. And I'm sure you've seen TikTok videos and stuff on social media where they sometimes like snatch things from tourists and they steal food and they just roam about and just have free will. So G20 summit is coming up, and the monkey situation has become a real problem. Mm-hmm. So guess what they've done? So they've made basically like these huge cardboard statues of larger monkeys that the smaller monkeys are afraid of, and they're positioning them at different places in the city so it will scare the monkeys away. But they didn't just stop there. So they've hired 40 men And these men go around different government buildings in the city, and they make the sound that the bigger monkeys make, and it scares the smaller ones from coming and wreaking havoc in the city. And they're doing all of this in preparation for the G20 summit that's coming up. So as I'm listening to that and rushing out the house, right, I'm like, wonder if we could do something like this in St. Kitts. Like, what are monkeys afraid of in St. Kitts? I guess the farmers would know, because I know that they've been the ones suffering the most from the monkeys. And maybe we can implement scarecrows of sort to get rid of it. I guess I could check back to see if it benefited India and see if it's something we could implement.
Aren't they too smart to be foiled by scarecrows?
So, but if you are there and you're a smaller animal, okay, so you're a human. You hear a sound of a lion roaring like ahead of you or in an area that you can't necessarily see into properly. You're going to proceed? I mean, this is typical scary movie 101. Are you going to go? So they're hearing the monkey songs. They're not going into that area. So they're hoping that over time, it becomes like routine for them, so they naturally stay away from this area so that they don't have to keep, I guess, paying these men to walk around the city hollering
I was wondering,
monkey songs.
Did Samal mention any of the areas that these...
The only one that was mentioned in the article was the White Gate area.
Oh, okay. Yes, there's a fair amount of flat land down there as well, too.
Right. So they're going to start there. I don't know where the other areas are supposed to be. But
this is good. I just hope, I know generally, greenhouse produced food tends to be just a little bit more expensive. But let's hope it,
But taking everything into consideration, like for instance, the same monkey problem that we're discussing right
exactly.
now.
I was about to say
it's a safer, I guess, less stressful way to produce.
Exactly.
And they're going to be doing some of the same things that the farmers mentioned, peppers and melons and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So
and that's good.
Yeah, you fingers crossed that works out. And I'll keep on the monkey article to check.
The monkeys will be doing window shopping, looking through the mesh, looking wistfully at all the bounty in there that they can.
Peter Rabbit
that they can.
behavior.
Yes.
Let's hope. Yeah. 819.
So in other news, CARICOM leaders to discuss situation in Haiti next week.
I saw that.
So they're saying that the CARICOM community leaders will meet next Wednesday to discuss the ongoing social and political situation in Haiti. The CARICOM chairman, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, announced that. And he also said, and I quote, "We will meet virtually as CARICOM heads. The main item on the agenda will be Haiti and the situation in Haiti." Yeah.
Are we optimistic? I mean, this has been ongoing for so long. If we could get a handle on Haiti, I would believe that CARICOM can do anything. I'm sorry.
Such a true sentiment,
But what I find interesting about the whole Haiti thing, I mean, the reason we're here is because of Haiti rising up against colonialism and the French and white supremacy, right? Yeah. And the thing is, what I found interesting is that something is really changing, because that Kenya sent
saw that
their
delegation.
Because they're thinking about contributing police officers to help.
Yeah, so Kenya had a vested interest. Yeah.
So things are really changing, because 20 years ago it would have been one of these other colonials sending in troops to
at what cost?
Quote unquote help.
At what cost?
Because I'm not sure if it's really they're helping.
Well, Haiti is the way it is now because, like you said, they wanted to become independent, and that cost them literally an arm and a leg. Yeah. Because the amount of money they had to pay to a colonial power to get back their own country.
Imagine that.
Well,
Huh?
don't start me up.
Yeah,
It's
that was
too-
all
It's,
twisted.
Imagine.
it's a Good Friday. Don't start me up.
Imagine.
That story always gets
Yeah,
me
that was
riled
so
up.
twisted.
It's insane.
But you know,
And guess who's monitoring it? You know what? Go ahead.
but you know what's fascinating about that the Haitians were able to defeat the French, and you know, basically Napoleon during that time. Wow, that's in itself is fascinating, and it's very interesting how they had to pay back for their freedom.
Should we mention who's monitoring the paying back? Sick. You know, and I'm going to let you continue with that CARICOM article, because there's another article I was reading last night, and I'm like, could you take it down several notches? So the U.S. is concerned about the role and the footing that China is taking in the Caribbean. And this was actually coming from the U.S. ambassador, or I think it's like well, let me get her proper designation. But she made these she's the outgoing United States ambassador to Guyana. And her name is Sarah Ann Lynch. And she says that the Biden administration is concerned about what she says is China's expanding financial footprint in Guyana and the wider Caribbean. So she said, you know, they've tripled bilateral trade over the last few years or so, and they're strong, meaning the U.S., right? And they will remain there, meaning Guyana, and I guess the Caribbean. But according to her, China's financial presence in Guyana and the rest of the Caribbean is expanding, and the U.S. embassy is aggressively pushing guarantees of value for money from American companies. Clearly, the China footprint is growing in Guyana as well as the broader Caribbean. So again, two superpowers at it.
Yep.
But I feel like China might be a bit late to the party that they've been attending for years, because they've been in every country and they have tried to take hold in every country.
Yeah,
So
they have been expanding. But we know that here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have diplomatic relations with Taiwan. And you know the situation between Taiwan and China.
Exactly.
So it's going to be interesting. And you know, geopolitics always plays itself regardless.
But the U.S. is just upset because they think that China is gaining ground. It's plain and simple. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. Plain and simple.
But that's true.
You're just annoyed because you think China is gaining more ground than you are.
That's true. But at the same time, if I had to if I had to make a choice about which country I'd rather deal with, you know which one it will be.
What's that?
Well, I
You
don't
don't
know.
know?
I can't read your mind.
I certainly wouldn't be China. I'm just saying.
I would have never guessed.
I'm just saying.
I would have never guessed.
No, I mean in the sense of in the sense of, for example, the political culture or their you know, the lack of human rights, let's say respect for human rights and a whole bunch of other things, and their tendency to cheat in business and all that kind of stuff.
I hope this is coming from a.
Yeah,
I've read both sides of the report, and I'm making my judgment now.
This is coming
because you
from-
can't look at one set of propaganda news and then create an opinion.
No.
I'm hoping this is coming from. I've read both sides.
I think I am well versed on this
But in
stuff,
your
and I
opinion-
read and watch all sorts of.
So, based on what you have seen and interacted, you are more of a fan of the U.S.
I'm not saying I'm a
Fan. He would never agree to fan.
I wouldn't put it as fan. Let's just get it straight, because
Oh my
all I'm
God,
saying,
good one.
all I'm saying is, if I had to, it's like, let me think of an analogy. If I had to choose,
evils, that's what you want
Huh?
to say. You
Huh?
want to say
The lesser of two evils.
Exactly, the less of two
I feel like
evils.
it's between a rock and a hard place.
Well, no, that too. It could be both.
Why can't it just be that we can create agreements with who we want? We decide who we want to do business with,
I don't-
and nobody is they're fighting for a bigger foothold
But
and talking about, they're getting stronger in this country. These are independent countries that you guys are
But then you
referring
still
to.
have to look at it, and let's look at it fairly, man. The U.S. still, and like any other country, the U.S., the U.K., everybody would want to protect its own interests.
Exactly.
And so
So
can
do
we-
the
can-
independent countries.
Can we fault a country who wants to protect its interests, like us?
No, I'm not saying that. My thing is that she basically seems annoyed because she thinks that China is winning some invisible race that they're having with them. And in the meantime, you're in a sovereign country that gets to decide who they want to do business with. So I'm just shocked that she even made a statement like that. Like, to me, that's kind of like stuff that you don't say out loud.
But in that sense, if you're a sovereign country, you do have the right to
But if you don't
choose
say
who,
no, if you
choose
don't
who
say
you want to
no,
do business with, but at the same time, that other country, based on your interactions with others, could choose whether or not they want to continue business with you as well.
if you don't say
goes
no,
both
when are you
ways.
gonna say? Because you're gonna wait until their sneaky asses, infiltrate and
Sir,
colonize.
caution
and
yourself.
Then I mean, come on.
Caution yourself.
Because it's
It's
I
rising.
don't know if I told you I don't know if I told you guys about something that happened a few months ago.
Yes.
I was actually mulling telling y'all when it happened, but it seems as though the Chinese have sent people here to because someone reached out to me about, they said, you want to make some extra money? I said, what is this about? Well, but what happened, the person works at a film company, so I thought it was something to do with the film company he worked for. So my ears pricked up, right? So he said, well, you want to make some extra money? I said, well, you can go and record some voiceovers, and you're going to say it in standard English, and then you're going to say it in Kitishan Patois, right? So I said, okay. And then he told me, okay, so there's this Chinese guy that's, this is his number. You can give him, I already told him that. So you give him a call, and he'll tell you when to come and so. So the thing that struck me, I said, so I asked him, I said, is this like a continental Chinese guy or like a Chinese American? He said, no, it's a guy from China. So I was thinking to myself, why would a continental Chinese guy be working with a film company? It seemed unlikely to me. So then the Chinese guy WhatsApped me and said, oh, so when are you coming, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, and I thought about it some more. And then I called my friend and I said, this isn't for the film company you're working for, right? He said, no. I said, that's what I thought, because when you think, I just assumed it was maybe something to do with doing ADR. There's something in the film called ADR, which is additional dialogue replacement, where when you shoot the scene, you might say the thing, but then if certain parts of it were unclear, you re-record it in the studio, and then they sync it to your lips and stuff like that. So I thought it was something like that, right? So he said, no, it's... So then I said to him, because I'd already started getting a picture of what was going on, I said, you don't realize what's going on? He said, what? They're training their AI to understand what we were saying.
Oh, I think I saw something to that effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and let's remember, the cell phone infrastructure here is mostly Chinese, right? And let's face it, they are spying on our phones, and they're listening, and they have backdoors and equipment and stuff. Let's not make any bones about this. So I told him, and he hadn't even thought of it. I said, why would I be recording something in standard English and then I go back and record it, and then I record the same thing in Kitishan Patois? They want to be able that when they're spying on us, they can know what we're saying. And I've sat in this for about 3-4 months.
Do
I
you
didn't say anything.
think only one country spies?
I'm not talking about the other
No,
countries.
I'm
we're
asking
talking
you a
about China.
pointed question.
Of
Do
course
you
not,
think?
but we're not
Okay.
talking about them now.
No.
There's a
Because if you're
But it's a
going to
difference.
go down that road, then open the whole gate, let everybody come in, because it's not just one person spying. And how do we stop it? Because sometimes you might be thinking it's just this one person and you're focused there, and while you're looking there, somebody's coming up on the other side.
So
Just
no,
say-
there's
no,
a
but-
comment on the Facebook that says what gets me about St. Kitts people is that a lot of them don't like the U.S., but as soon as the crap hits the fan, they're looking towards the U.S. for handouts. We had tax working dollars. Okay.
I didn't see that one. You know, there's a running joke that there's the FBI in the phone, right? Like, and that they're on Twitter, like.
Well, yeah, probably.
Right.
But
So, like, sometimes when stuff comes up on your phone, maybe like you subconsciously, maybe you thought of it, like you didn't actually Google it, and then it just comes up on your phone, right? My sisters and I have this running joke. We'll be like, "Oh God, FBI working overtime in the phone," right? Because there's a running joke that the FBI is listening in on our conversations and is in the phone. Now, FBI, as far as I know,
they're not
Chinese.
They're not really
right?
listening. They're just collecting metadata. They don't know exactly what you're saying, but they know when you called, how long the call was, who you called, and all of that stuff.
So I say all of that to say exactly, repeat what I just said. If you think that the Chinese are spying, I'm here to tell you that they're not the only ones that are
Yeah, but
spying.
I'm not talking
And
about
at
the- I'm
that
not
point,
talk-
I
I'm
should
talking
probably
about
even
the
say good
Chinese.
morning to the FBI that's in my phone
Well,
listening, right?
We're talking about the Chinese. I'm not talking about anybody else right now.
Well, you already know
There is a
my
particular-
take on that, right?
There's a particular.
If you're going to go down that path, I think that it should be discussed openly
We were
and
discussing it openly, aren't we?
and discuss everybody that's involved. So, and I know exactly where you're going with that. So
you can't be on all sides of every issue. We're talking about.
it's an excellent time
So
to
if-
take a commercial because I'm not gonna go
But
down
if
that
I'm talking
path
about
with
the
you
rapists, we're
because
talking
I
about the
know
particular
exactly where you're
rapist.
going.
No.
This is
We're
not
talking
even
about the
speaking about
particular
like
rapist.
spying or
I should
politics.
talk about over there other
This-
rapists.
you-
Come
you-
on,
you
this
know
is
what
ridiculous.
you know what border that you're treading, and I'm not gonna go down that line with you.
Well, as always,
I know what border you're treading.
We have a problem with people like to cape for other groups more than their own, and then when people tell the truth, people get upset. You
We
guys
have a
wanna- you
problem
guys-
with
you
people
guys-
being
you guys wanna take a
racist,
call?
and I'm never gonna tolerate it.
Sure, let's take a little call here.
Caller, go ahead. Hey, what's up?
Oh, good morning, I'm Brother Gumbs, sir.
What's up? Go ahead.
And good morning to you, Brother Azard, and good morning to you, my Queen and Mother Earth.
Good morning,
my
sir.
sister.
How are
Good
you?
morning to you all. I'd just like to touch on something you all there is discussing on this aspect of the vibe within the G20 summit coming up soon. And some of the things that was outlined where I really had a little brief dialogue to one another. But I just like to touch this here because it's something very vital. No, the African continent is on the merge of revolutionizing their mindset towards economical and social and spiritual advancement for the continent and for the people, even the inside and the outside. But at the moment, we're only seeing a few staging that revolution. But it will come in the full aspect because of the people who we have signed on to these global initiatives, as we call ourselves, in the global world. We find that enough of these deals don't live up to the expectation that's supposed to. That's why we're having these movements taking along. So the G20 ain't going to promise no ground levels to safeguard our people still on this initiative because they are for their own benefit. I'm saying just talk about this, the indecent of the agents them that we call spies down here. But we see it from all angles, to the French, the British, even to the Italians, even to the Chinese, and even to the Russians. But we even have it right in our shores of St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean areas. We cannot be relying ourselves with these criminal entities that are part of these people creating problems in the world affairs and then still trying to entail and tell us that we have to try to start and build a better way in breaking down the initiative wrong, these things that create a lot of damage into the ozone layer. So are we serious wrong here in the aspect of the things that we're signing on with? Are we just going for money because we can't say we have some kind of economical development in the aspect of service provider? Because we not build nothing, you know? It's just a serve, we are serve. Until we're ready to have our own narrative to create that building prospect of safeguarding for the next generation, then we're ready to move from these creative problems that are enhancing in this concept what we call as centralization of power. These are the measures that's facing right now to all our third world countries, even into Haiti, who have resources of their own, but not the value of the resources to the people. So we like to stay on that note here right now, because we know we just bring an open worm to the whole criminal forum, they call it G20, the G7, and even the economical forum these people are part of, and even the Security Council, where 5 members are permanent members, the Russian, the Chinese, the Italian, the French, I must say the French, the British, and the American. These are the 5 permanent members that head the Security Council. In a black state there, white people there. So meaning just Putin, now that cooks there from China, but we have respect for human beings. I always say, let us bring back the bargain table wiser than what is stated. These Chinese have a chick up the sleeve, the Russians have a chick up the sleeve, the Americans have a chick up the sleeve, and the British have a chicks up the sleeve, because them and the Americans collude together. They are part of the NATO territorial borders shooting against human rights, and that's about rights. Lay burn that wicked system right down to the fire with care and love. Have a lovely day. Blessed joy.
Great. Okay, we can take a quick
Thank
break.
you for your contribution.
Thank you for your contribution.
Everywhere I go, it's showtime. I see it follow.
Found the sound 98.9 FM.
Enjoy your summer with the Bank of Nevis Limited. It's that time, and the bank has the perfect summer loan package for you. Take a vacation, enjoy a staycation, advance yourself academically, or prepare your children for back to school. It's your choice with up to $30,000 unsecured loan with an attractive low interest rate. Additionally, up to 5 years to repay. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Offer ends September 30th, 2023. Bond strong.
Attention, all shoppers and music lovers. Join us in celebrating Horsewood's Nevis Center's 30th anniversary midday mass celebration. It's a celebration like no other. Happening this Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. Get ready to shop till you drop with a whopping 30% off store-wide. And that's not all. You could be the lucky winner of amazing prizes in our incredible giveaway. Shoppers, get ready for fantastic surprises. As the clock strikes midday, the party heats up with the electrifying core band featuring Deli Rang, Speedy, X-Man, DJ Bobby, and more. Feel the rhythm, feel the vibe. Dance, sway, and groove to the beat while you indulge in mouth-watering treats and refreshing drinks. The celebration is on fire, as you won't want to miss a second of it. Mark your calendar. This Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. The celebration kicks off at 8 a.m. and the unforgettable midday mass celebration starts at 12 noon sharp. Portsmouth's Nevis Center's 30th anniversary midday mass celebration. Be there and be part of the excitement.
Well, it's going on at 9 o'clock. It's we got 20 minutes on till 9 now. We have Sugar Mash in studio at 9 o'clock. You guys looking forward to that?
Are you gonna play songs leading up to it?
Well, I'll probably play the anthem.
Okay, I could work with that.
What's his name? Ruckus and Dejo.
What was that beat just now?
Oh, that's a song by Kevin McCall and Big Sean.
I think I'm gonna
That's
come
an old
over there
song.
and like sync beats with you
That's-
just for like my morning routine before I get in here.
That's an old song. That song is from like 2010.
No, like
But
when
I always like the beat.
so when I get up, it's like I kind of have to have like certain songs in my head, and that gets me going. And then like I have like a routine when I go to take my shower and do my hair.
If you heard the lyrics for this, you know what the name of the song is?
I'm pretty sure I know the
It's
song.
called Naked.
But you see,
song is called Naked.
see? Pretty sure I know the song, but I feel like maybe because that's your niche, but you have like really nice beats, and it kind of like, you know.
You like it with your face in the pillow. Whatever.
Hello.
Anyway, let me stop there.
Next thing we get a call.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
So,
The pearl clutching must be off the chain right now.
so guys, you know that it's back to school next week, and as we are on late moments,
Are you looking forward to it?
I am
Sir?
a bit, yeah.
Teacher.
Yeah, getting back into the classroom.
I don't miss it at all.
You guys want to take a call?
Sure. I do not miss teaching. I love children, but no.
Hey.
Hello, good morning.
Go ahead.
Hello, good morning to
Good
everybody.
morning.
Happy Friday.
Yes, how are you doing?
September, day to remember.
You got jokes.
I love it. How
You
you
got
doing today?
jokes.
You're good?
Yes, thank God for life.
Amen.
The 1st of September. Many make it, but I make it.
Amen.
Kudos to me and you all.
Yes, ma'am. What do you want to talk about today?
I am in good health, thank God for my age over the hill.
Thank God for that.
That means that you're going over the hill, over the hill. So, thank God I'm in good health.
Amen.
You know?
Amen.
As I ain't got to come for me to take me to the hospital. I had to pick up some. Do you all know? I don't take no medication enough for over the hill, you know.
What?
I'm one over the hill.
You got to tell us what the secret is.
Grown provisions.
I try to drink a lot of bush tea, you know, and try to keep up myself with cleaning out my arrow. You know, over the years I grew up, I grew up, the arrows, you beat it, and, you know, you drank it, and, you know, you gripe, but it ain't so now. You dry it, and you can drink it overnight, and it search out your blood. You know, and help your body, yeah.
So you're giving the secrets out.
Yeah, the medicine is all around us.
Yeah, you can drink a mouthful 2-3 times, begin from 9. Then in 12, you may get up to pee, you drink a little more, you know, do it in a little pot. And then in maybe 3, 4, if you feel like you drink another mouthful, and then you left the rest for the next night again. And you know, you do not gripe you. You see, that's from Jamaica. That's a Jamaica remedy, you see. For all what we didn't know here as a child coming up, I think this lady was my old neighbor named Ansu. She had a one leg, and she used to look after pine garden, and people who have 2 feet and 2 hands and don't want to go to work willingly. I used to the lady come down, track through the pine garden with one of like she did lose one of her foot. Oh, no. You know, and cleaning and a pine garden, you know.
Yes.
You know, he can get dig up and so, but you know, she can put on them coat, and long time they put on your coat, and so, you know, long time. You saw man shot. We used to say man shot, you know, because women really used to wear long sleeve blouse, wimfully. They used to say put on a man shot, you know, a jacket, them whole time jacket. That's all, you know. Yeah, no, you wear your jacket now because you're a lawyer, but there's some them people best clothes.
Yeah, it's true.
And the old one though, not on your brown, an old one. You know, they came from England, and you know, some neighbor will give you, you know, something of the package. So yes, that's my way of thinking. I make sure anybody push it to me, I taste it first, like, you know, a little mouthful, and I say good food. As I must come and visit one of these days of family where I live on the second road by the bypass road, come way up.
Second road by the bypass road.
Yeah, and you know where you used to go as a lawyer, you know, you gotta be used to go like today you're going hiking and stuff, so you should know where the reservoir is. The reservoir, a water place up here, you know where it is?
I think I know. I have an idea. Maybe we could do You could give Jamster your number off here and we connect.
Yeah, and then that's on the road. And I have bush, I never thought about them, picking up, putting them up, throwing them away. Till one day, 2 months ago, someone came and said, you know them bush, they go to, you know, they go to, you know, relax you and so. A lot of things, you know, as what we are here, putting up, throwing away. You know, I don't let nobody flip my yard. The fletching is what killing off the noise. They go to old time bush too. It's fletching. No, I don't want to fletching.
But also, it's not.
We're
healthy
definitely
for
going to
us
have to get
either.
some remedies from her after
Yeah.
your date. You could come back and let Johnston I know what are some
But I
good
don't.
remedies.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about giving out your number on the phone because I could get your number.
660.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so this is Jamster. You don't have to listen out for a call then. 660
8650.
8650.
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yes, I got a number there, you know, just in diaper. Pamper was your mommy time coming up on me in the pamper, yeah. Yeah, what I wanted to say, Julie, that I know, he feels strongly about the country, but I could say, I don't know, I will say we just got a trophy and the Chinese them don't have it. When I say somebody send me something the Wednesday, you have a side Azard?
What's that?
It's a big long bridge. That bridge like a long from Singapore right to the United States and maybe now. Oh my gosh, you ever saw it? Yes, I'm surprised they said that they failed 9 years while they're doing it, they fail. And then they continue. You need to say that, Leo. I would like you to come and see me and then I tell you on my phone.
No problem.
And could maybe I give my number now, you add me.
Yes.
And then I send it to you in your WhatsApp.
No problem. Yes, I got you.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
I have
Yeah,
you.
man, there was nothing like that. It is amazing. So they have the water.
Yes.
Okay, caller.
Definitely. Thank you so much,
Thank
honey.
you
I
so
hope
much.
you have a good Friday
Yes.
and a good weekend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the humor and everything.
I just had a caller there for a
Oh,
second.
no.
But I lost them. So feel free to call, folks. 466-0989, 662-0989, and 762.
But do you feel like back in the day we lived longer? I saw two persons.
don't
Actually,
think so.
I saw you giving someone a basket that turned 90.
Yes.
And then I saw was it on Facebook? And I think I saw on one of my friends' status. Somebody turned 102, Ebenezer or something. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but happy birthday to those.
yeah.
Well, that centurion, I guess, and the person that turned 90.
The one who
I
turned
feel
90,
like
her name is Eugenia Johnson from Hertfordshire. Yeah,
It's
90.
it's
like
the bush medicine.
yeah.
It's
And
the bush medicine.
Also, I think too, because of the development of our societies, we are better able to take care of ourselves. Our sanitation has increased.
Yeah, well, that for
Yes.
sure.
We are able to combat diseases that would have wiped out people in time gone by. Caller?
Hello, good morning.
Hey, caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning,
Hey.
good people.
Good morning. How you doing?
Storming the Caribbean and extension the world. This morning I was hearing Candice challenging Jamstock and phoning the Chinese. The Chinese is racist people, Candice.
But you can't lump everybody into the
No,
same
no,
thing.
no,
That's
no.
what I was
Candice,
telling
Candice,
Jamster.
Candice, you have to get
Candisie
on the
or
ground.
Candy.
You have to get on the ground. And maybe not all, but
See, exactly. That's what I'm
it look
saying.
to me like majority who is coming here racist.
Oh,
They're
my.
just playing the game. And we don't learn them kind of game from Robert Bratcher, you know, Candice. Years ago, you know, a man who used to think beyond.
Oh,
You
boy.
understand? What we are seeing these days, especially me, a street man, Candice, I come from Federal Maple and Federal Palm. You know about them?
No, sir.
All right. I, Candice, have recognized around here that these people come to a country, and what they're doing, When they could talk English, you know. But when we as Kitishan and Nivision speak, they listen us tentatively. And when they talk in the Hebrew. They want us to hear what they're saying in we country. It's a game. Rasaya is alright. The forces is coming and they're playing us. Not me, you know, maybe they're playing the rest, but not me. So that's enough for that. But we got to understand these people and loan these people. They ain't easy. And I believe, I agree with what that lady in the U.S. embassy, I agree with what she's saying. Because you're seeing it through the wall. You're seeing it. They're using the dirty dollars to get where they want to get. It's a new colonialist coming to us. People I cannot see. Rastaman don't see that.
Oh no, he got cut off.
Load these people.
Okay.
Nice, you could come back out to the basement you were in. Yeah.
But you know, listen. So let me explain why I take some of the stances that I take. Right. I grew up in a place where there are 6 races. Right, and I do not ever lump everybody into the same. It's the same thing that we don't like, where people say, oh, all black people are thugs. Oh, all black people, you know how they like to say, are monkeys, this, that. If we do not like it for ourselves, why would we perpetuate that behavior towards another race? And so I am not saying that you might have not experienced racism, because I have, but I am not going to lump everybody into the same barrel. So I'm sorry if you think that I'm being naive or whatever, but I'm never going to make a statement like that. I don't think everybody's the same.
Okay, caller, go right ahead. Island T. Hello, caller.
Oh no, we lost it.
Okay, well, there's another one. Hello, caller. Island T, go right ahead.
Good morning, Jamster.
Hi.
Good morning, Azard, and good morning, Candisie.
Yeah. Good morning.
No, I'm here listening to the program, and the program is very interesting. And Candisie, you are so right. You can't paint everybody with a broad brush. The Chinese, what happens to the different part of the Chinese and the Indian, right? They stick to the culture. They stick to the culture. They stick to where they know. So they don't want to go out of the bound. Because I was around China, walk around China, and I see how they operate. They love to be with the people, love to be with themselves. Not necessarily racist. They talk with you good. They share with you some, just share with you. As long as you and them get good, they share with you. You understand? But you said the Indian them racist too? Some Indian them? Because what? They stick to the culture and they stick to what they believe in too. You make a joke with a Chinese woman or something or whatever. She will tell you, no. That ain't mean she racist. They believe in what they believe in too. They believe to people them. And they believe that, that if they go out of their race, that war could take place because they are communists. They go up different to us. You understand? Maybe that's why they think, look how they're thinking. But not to say that they're racist because how they grow up and how they come up. So they're around and we got to walk along with them. All right then, good program as usual. You're listening to the program. You all sound interesting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your call.
All right.
Yes. I think what Candisie is trying to say generally, and I accept the same view too, there might be persons who have certain characteristics and might be greater in a certain set than others, but let us take individuals as individuals.
Hey, listen, I think you guys really go too far with this. This is what I hate about discourse. Wait.
Hate our view.
No, I'm not hating your view. I'm not hating your view. I'm talking about.
I was waiting for him to finish the sentence.
This is a problem affecting the zeitgeist right now within the last 15 years.
When you say you guys, you mean general
Here's
or
what
just
I'm
the
saying.
two of us?
No, I'm talking about in general.
Oh, okay.
When people try to bring up issues, people want to talk about the small cohort that isn't like the overall majority majority, and I hate it. It derails.
Did I not say that racism exists and that people have been suffering from
but
it?
y'all wasting on and say, oh, not all Chinese. That's not the point.
Wait, let me
listen.
So you don't think that they have black people that are racist?
I'm not talking. You see, this is what you're
No,
doing.
and
You
I'm
are
saying to you,
deflecting.
you cannot look through the window from a little hole instead of opening the window and seeing.
Listen, let me use an analogy. I think I used it before. If I'm locked in a cell, right, with 10 snakes,
you and this
two of
snake
it. No,
story
listen,
again.
listen. I'm locked in a cell with
Why
10
can't you
snakes.
be in a room with birds?
Two
Why
of the
have to be snakes?
No, wait. Two snakes. Two of the snakes are non-venomous. Do you really think? Do you think I should take any chances? You think I should take any chances about saying, oh, probably,
two of them aren't. I
Two of them
understand.
are non-venomous.
But then it's the same thing.
No, based on what I know about snakes generally, I have to be careful.
Understood. So, okay, let's flip that same switch, right? Let's say a bunch of black people are in the room and a white guy wants to come in and he thinks that all black persons are thugs. We all bearing guns, and if he comes in, we're going to attack him. Is that a fair analogy? Is that a fair statement? Is that something? Is that a fair belief? No, it's the same thing.
Because we
you are thinking that all Chinese, all Indians, all whatever other race you have an issue with are the same, and that is not the way the world works.
We as a group do not have the economic power that these other people have.
Why?
So stop. So you are now classing it, your whole venom, because you're using snakes, because you use the analogy.
Oh, here you go, deflecting again.
You use the analogy as snakes. Persons and snakes are two different categories.
You all are wasting too much energy. You all waste too much energy worrying about the minority of a problem.
And you are not worrying about it enough. You cannot look at life through a small hole. You gotta take the thing for what it is.
And you're driven by the fact that they're more economically.
But what I'm saying,
no,
if you look at
the whole glass half full, empty instead of half full situation.
If you look at the official definition of racism, it speaks about that. Caller, go right ahead.
Hello, good morning.
You're on the right track, you know. Do you know them Indian, as the guy was saying before, who calling? You know, they do not eat our food, you know. We're doing the buying from them up to date. Last night I went to a video, I bounced upon something, and the girl from Jamaica, and she explaining all of that. I went on Facebook, and I was scrolling down, and I clicking on this page, and this person's status. And the girl is right. Instead of coming to take over, and she's right. And just see it this morning, the conversation come up. They do not eat from us, you know. They buy the food. Someone who cooking the food. I saw that already over on the food center. I see this person coming with a bag, and the chain was nearly to 12, and the chain. And I didn't observe it. I didn't take it as nothing. Then long afterwards, I start to observe. That's what they did. They does. That's what they does.
Okay, caller, we have another call. Caller, go right ahead, quick. We have to go to a break. It's 1 minute to 9 o'clock. Go right ahead.
Yes,
Please be brief. Please be brief.
Good morning.
Look at it. We have relation with the Taiwan for how much years now? Since remember ourselves,
1981
right?
or something.
And what they do, they come and they teach petition about farming and planting and stuff. I've never heard the Taiwanese come in and build up any place and come in and want to take any jobs from any local. But the Chinese, when they come in your country, they come in to help you, you know. They ain't teaching you anything with all the money they have. Why don't they bring some factories and something to teach the locals something? No, they come in and they put up a grocery store, and who suffer? The locals' business is who suffer. They come in to conquer. Ask Jamaica. They own practically half of Jamaica. You have a good day. They come in to take, not to give.
Okay, with that caller,
let's go to the break.
And before we go to the break, we go to the break. And you could acknowledge that. But that fact or that opinion that she shared has nothing to do with race. that is something that doesn't have to do with race.
I'm just trying to figure out how they get permissions to build these grocery stores and open them.
Yeah,
I know certain people. Do
you think you can just walk in and just build them up?
So what she's saying, it's the reality.
I know certain people deserve a place in hell for just that one fact, allowing us to be overrun by these people.
The governments decide what bilateral agreements they want to make with what countries, and that's what I was saying from the get-go. Let us examine the agreements and who we sign them with, and then you don't have to feel like one person is taking a bigger foothold in a country than the other, because this is what that stemmed from, the U.S. feeling that China is taking a bigger foothold in Guyana and the rest of the Caribbean than they are.
And it might
not
be
that they don't want to take a foothold, that they're just scared that China is taking a bigger one.
But then the discussion should be on who wants to be a bigger player economically rather than being a bigger player just on race. It's more about economic than race.
And that's what I started talking about.
But we're not really talking about
us
race.
being a little bit more cognizant and examining the bilateral agreements more.
One particular race, but you cannot ignore the fact simply because someone. So if a Chinese person kills somebody, you're not supposed to say they're a murderer. That makes you racist. That's ridiculous.
That make all of them murderers?
But it wouldn't be fair to say all.
Come on.
Persons are
and
murderers.
That's what you've been doing.
Okay, guys. So let's make a consensus. We are talking about the economic battle between these different
superpowers.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the break, guys. 2 minutes actually. Oh boy.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Yes? Jean, body spray's hot, boy. I can't take it.
Well, it's a good thing I called. The TDC Home and Building Depots are having their Cool 'em Down sale, and you're sure to get 25% discount on fans, AC units, coolers, fridges, and more to beat this heat.
Girl, Betty, you're making joke.
No, girl. Stop sweating and let's go to the store now.
Come pick me up, because may want to miss the sale at TDC Home and Building Depot.
Cool. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, hover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take for yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with Win FM.
Everywhere I go, it's showtime at the Apollo. Everywhere I go, it's showtime at the Apollo.
Well, it's supposed to be going down with Sugar Mass. 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Still no sign of them, but I'm sure they're going to be here. And we are all looking forward to a sweet Sugar Mass, right?
Definitely. What does it say? You and your crew for Sugar Mass 42? Is it? What is it? Help me. What's the slogan?
Something with the crew.
All in with your crew or something
already
like that?
released?
Listen.
That
thing has been out for weeks now. There was a competition.
Yeah, but I didn't realize they had
Yeah,
check my
and
email.
they're supposed to be unveiling the
Queens.
the Queen's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
he-
day is it? Oh
he
my
usually
goodness, I
s-
had that info.
He usually sends me that stuff. Maybe I missed that email.
Yeah, they're supposed to be unveiling them soon, and
Because,
then the slogan has been out for weeks, sir.
And I think I'm pretty sure I saw like there's like a preliminary schedule or something. I think I saw something like that. But no. Let's take a call, guys.
All right. Hello, good
Island T,
morning.
you're on.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Journey.
Hey, good morning. Now, Candice, you made some points, and I agree with you when you say that it depends on who in authority who is signing these deals when we have foreigners coming to our shores. Now, let me give my spin on all that you guys been discussing earlier. I came across a clip on social media with Halle Berry, and the post stated that Halle Berry is not happy with having to pay child support to someone who called her the N-word. Now, what we have, I refer to certain things on social media. So there are certain distractions. Things are popping up to distract us. Now, why do I say this? When something happens on social media, we hear other race say, oh, well, I have friends that are black. Now, let us look at what's been happening to us as a people. And again, I respect your guys' view on how you see all of this, Candy and Azard. But let us look at us as a collective people, a body of people. We are disrespected globally. Now, I made a point a month ago when I stated that while we might accept that the human race is universal, I tend to disagree. Why do I say this? If you go to the scriptures, the Most High was having a conversation with Cain. And he said, if you were my son, you wouldn't have killed your brother. You are of your father, another father. Therefore, that tells me that even though the woman who brought forth life in biology, it takes two, masculine and feminine, to produce the seed. Now, saying that, guys, follow me on this. If the Most High is not the father of Cain, then surely there is a father of another race. And even if that other race came from one female, right? Now, I stated genetic facts where we have 6-6 ether. Ether refers to energy, what we refer to as God, as spirit. Energy is ether. There are 666 ether beings, and that refers to Caucasian, Euro-Asians. Guys, you can do your own research. If you go on Google and type in 6-6 ether beings, it would tell you 6-6 ether beings are all born on this planet with straight hair, which refer to as fur. I stated 9-9 ether being is all Africans globally. That is why your nappy hair, our nappy hair, if you take a strand of our nappy hair, it swirls back into a 9. The universe spiral as a 9. The eye of a hurricane spiral as a 9. Your fingerprint is a spiral as a 9. Now you might say, well, it can also be a 6. Well, the very fact that 9 is higher than a 6, that is why it's telling that we are the direct expression of creation. But we are disrespected globally.
Quick question. So in the 666, Africans aren't included?
No.
Oh, okay.
Listen to what I said, Candy. 666 are ether beings born on this planet, and their hair are straight, and the hair go down to the ground. Our Afro hair go up towards the S-U-N. These are facts, guys. And you see, they hide this from us because they want us to feel that we are a lesser being. That's why I said everything is in reverse, physically and spiritually. When I said, I'm referring to what they put in the book. Over here, we have connection to the universe. That's why I said, Candy, the universe is a womb. Life begins in darkness. In your womb, Candy, and all female, it is dark. That's the incubation of life. But because Western civilization have demonized the woman, they gave us Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Now, you know that father and son cannot procreate. If the philosophy is true, then it has to come from nature. Nature is alive. Guys, let us done with this thing about all of them are not this way. There is an agenda. There is an agenda. Indians disrespect us. Chinese disrespect us. Taiwanese disrespect us. All race disrespect the black race. And we have to be restored because it was not like this in the beginning. This is seriously deep, you know. And like I said, the distractions are there. They are distracting us with Halle Berry. They're distracting us with, what's this guy name? The guy with the full lip. They said that his wife was caught with the bodyguard. All these are distractions to keep us from focusing on what? We have to be restored. We have to be restored because we rule with love, harmony, and unity before we were interrupted and disrupted. Guys, I can say more.
Okay.
Just ponder on these things because we are the first. That's why the scripture says, the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
Okay, caller.
And let me say good morning to the lady who just called before the break from Connecticut. She's a Christian. No.
Okay, make it brief because we have calls here.
I forget my point. If I get back in, I'll
call back again.
Something?
Call back. Someone else is there.
Yes, I hate getting chewed out about.
Thanks for your contribution.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hey.
With all due respect, right, I find those kinds of discussion just foolish, to be quite honest, right? People are people. They are good people, and they are bad people. They are racist people, and they are people who don't see in terms of color.
Yes.
Exactly.
I do not understand why as somebody said, you want to blacklist to use the conventional term. Everybody, paint everybody with the same brush. People, they are good people and they're bad people.
Exactly.
I well remember, to look at it in terms of economics. One of the, Japan was initially a very closed society. They didn't like foreigners. They kept very much to themselves. And I think it was under Admiral Perry in the U.S. Navy, just sailed into the harbor and said that it would be in our interest to trade with each other. with you're talking about an admiral, with gunships, with battleships. And it's so Japan opened up, right? What I'm saying, I said that to say, this is an approach which has long since been made to essentially look after their own interests, right? There was gunboat, it evolved into gunboat diplomacy in terms of Latin America, where, basically the U.S. said it's our way or the highway. It is more subtle now. They use things like advisories and visa restrictions and sanctions and those things to have their way. But that is how it has always been, and we should recognize that. And it does not have, I don't think it has any, I wouldn't say it doesn't have anything at all to do with race. What somebody said just now about everybody, all the other races disrespecting us, I think that comes from a general tendency where if you're strong, you have less respect for the weak. And it so happens that whether it's Africa or the Caribbean, we are the weaker economies. That's just it probably stems from the development and colonialism and those things. Mm-hmm. But the de facto thing is that is how it is, and so they would look at us in that regard. And to take it even further, look at how we look at each other locally. You remember there was this, and actually it is still like that. There was this thing about Antigua is better off than St. Kitts. St. Kitts is better off than Montserrat, Montserrat is better off than Nevis, Nevis better off than Anguilla. Those kinds of foolish arguments, right, which were used to divide even our people, okay, which made no sense. Again, I consider that foolishness because there are rich people in all those islands and there are poor people, which usually is the majority, in all those islands as well. So if you're talking economics, one of the things that the fall, the demise of communism did was to make it appear as if this class struggle thing had ended. It never really went away, you know. There is still the battle for resources between the rich, the middle class, and the poor, and there's always this tendency for, of course, it's not as bad because of especially in a democracy, there's room for mobility between the classes. But the system has not gone away. So it is not so much about race. It's more economics. It's more economics than anything else. And as for the respect for black people, I bet if any one of the countries, the black countries, had nuclear weapons, there'd be more respect. That's just a fact of life, right? It's a case of the weak, the weak against the strong. I mean, might is right, so to speak. Okay? What we can do as small countries, though, is be that shining light, and that is why I always say two things that we should really concentrate on. Democracy, and maintain our democracy, and good governance.
Okay,
because that is what's going to present the shining light on the hill for the rest of the nation.
Great way to end it. Yeah, another call.
Call
Go right ahead. Oh, I see we still lost it. Can't win, huh?
Yeah, fair enough. But you know I think that's what we were actually trying to get for, the point we were actually trying to push, and then of course we went off on a different tangent. Yeah. But that's what I was saying. We need to examine our bilateral agreements and be a little bit more, what's the word I want to say, picky or careful in what we actually agree to and who we let in and in what capacity.
Call, go right ahead.
Yes, quickly again, guys. Now, to the point that Matt Mahan just made about, economics and democracy. Now, we heard a couple months ago that Dominica is doing well in terms of development in agriculture, hotel, and construction. We to pack up and move to Dominica. Now, there are those who might want to do that. Migration is as old as man. Now, who wants to move? Let them move. If they need to move to any country that is moving in terms of economics, who want to move? Let them move. But the thing is, right, we isolate ourselves from what belongs to us. That's the point I want us to focus on, because let us take the continent of Africa as we know it, as the richest continent on the planet. And we hear people, countries like America and France saying, America interest in Africa, France interest in Africa. Now, our leaders are corrupt. There's no doubt about that. Is all of them corrupt? No. They're gullible. And this is the thing, because they don't have an agenda. So whatever dangles their eye by foreign leaders, they quickly grasp it, because we're 270 to 1. And the dollar is eye-catching. So we need to move away from what dangles in front of our eye and see what we have that is, in a way, I think someone says, we are accepting the crumbs that fall off the table. Well, let us try to see what is on top of the table. Because all of them in our continent, they are there for their own benefit. Guys, how could somebody come into your house and tell you that you have ownership to, and tell you that this is their interest? And should you choose to interfere with their interest, they're going to put sanction on you. This is what is happening to our continent, guys. The resources that is on the continent belongs to us, even though we are here in the 6th region. It is ours. What I want you guys to gravitate to. We were taken. We didn't get down here by our own will. We were taken. The story again with the prodigal son. The prodigal son got up and asked for his inheritance, and he left. But when he recognized, he said, my father has so many hired servants, and I am here wallowing with swine. And he came to his senses, and he returned. Now, I have said that those of us who want to reconnect with the continent, by choice, go. I'm not telling anyone to pack up and leave. Look at America. We have American families. They invest in condos here as a getaway for them. They come down here in the winter and they bask in our sun and on our beaches. When they leave, the condo is probably on rent and they are generating income from it. I would like the Prime Minister just to give me some money so I can go over to the continent and invest and come. Let my money work and build for me here. I'm not saying to everybody pack up and leave.
Okay.
We can do the pattern as America and other Europeans are doing in the Caribbean and put money to work for them. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Journey. You have another call? Oh, okay. I should have known. I thought we had another call because I kind of got lost at the part where we were taken and then the prodigal son got up and left and came back. So,
that was actually when he said it, I thought that's actually in the context of what we were talking about. I kind of get that
but
analogy.
you can't say in the same sentence we were taken and the prodigal son got up and left and we could go back. It's either you're going to follow through with one or the other, because if you were taken, then you didn't leave willingly and you didn't ask for anything when you were leaving.
Caller, go ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Morning.
Morning, Adam.
Yes.
Morning, Candice. I'm going to say something, right? I've been listening a lot to the callers, right? Yesterday, I got some relief. 6 years and over 6 months. Yes, was in the courthouse for me. Wasn't able to listen more than yesterday, now Wednesday. And what do you think doing this to me? Do you like me? Prime Minister, Attorney General, representative who I vote for, the big man who was in charge of the Labour office, permanent secretary, like, to get me money, go to the court over 6 years and 6 months. I got into a thing right now, right? And it's like, hey, I want to tell you something. Remember we speak about me getting some fencing from Sam?
Yeah.
He get involved with me. Okay, somehow make call to the Prime Minister's office, and the very next day also, the permanent secretary called me back and let me know, okay, yeah, you understand it's happening. If you understand what I'm speaking of, when the permanent secretary was seen in Milan and issue was taking place next month or make a year, why should it then take somebody from the Prime Minister's office to call him to do what he was supposed to do? And tell her, you know, this thing is think it is worse than what we're talking about race. What we're doing to ourselves. Evil. Look at it. Minister of some kind of faith. Do with the Bible. The Premier Navis. The minister in charge of Labour. All them getting on radio. This thing was town hall meeting. All over the world. It's all kind of false accusations they had against me. And the man I take from the top. The administrators in Sankit, come to permanent secretary, you know, a lawyer from the Attorney General's office, and I fight all of them and I bang them. Yeah, I'm a lawyer. And the truth is the truth. When the people are lawyer think that what they dishing out to me, they can't take it for themselves. This thing with me about over 30-something years, you know. As much as they get a weight off from me, right? Like the body feel a kind of how. There's a lot of things involved in it. But Azard.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, no, give me a call now after the program. Because I want to get some kind of advice from you so then, you know, what my next step going to be, because a lot of things I went through. I don't think I can take it so easy. Some kind of compensation got to come forward. I would not say what it's all about on the radio. You
Okay.
understand what I'm speaking of?
Okay, Cash, right.
Thanks a lot for the work you did for me, but one of these days I'm going to be on the island too, you know.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay, no problem.
Have a good one today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Kosh. Have a nice weekend. Boy, 9:26. Our guests. Really, it's Friday, so first day of September. I don't know. Maybe we should cut them some slack.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it is Friday after all. Everybody
Okay.
kind of goes into a mode on Friday.
Okay, here we have a call then. Island TV, we're on.
Yes, I'm John Stowe.
Yeah.
Just two things I want to touch briefly. I want you and Candice and Azard take a walk on Pan Road from Baker's Corner to the fire department. That's one. Jamster, you know where Val Henry office is? That road behind the convent school. Jeffrey should be ashamed of himself. These things is bothering to genuine petitions very soon. Now, when you come from Baker's Corner, going east to Pan Road by the fire department, you're smelling a stinking gin. Jeffrey as a young boy, get...
Oh, no.
It seems as though you have some kind of war going on with your phone.
Yeah, because he got cut off the first time too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah, so, what's going on with our guests for today?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I know. Oh, it's okay. It's 9:27. I don't know. You guys want? Okay, here we go. This might be him again. Island T, you're on.
Greetings, IT.
Hey, what's
Good
up?
morning.
One is good.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
good.
man.
It's a brand new month, September month.
It is. And like our
Everyone
previous
all the
caller
best.
said, yes, thank you, and same to you.
All who celebrate birthday in the month, blessed that month. Yeah. In this month here, according to the Western Gregorian calendar, and the difference with the Ethiopian calendar. A new year begins in Ethiopia on the 11th of September, you know?
Wow.
So we are in that month and looking forward to a brand new year as Ethiopians, you know? Okay. Let's take it forward from yesterday's program. Yes, indeed, each respective ministries, minister for lead forward their ministries, you know, but in terms of the Honorable PM tried into St. Vincent with the cannabis industry, he's the PM, as was rightly said, you know, and he should overlook everything, yeah? And there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, him should overlook all the ministries keenly. Yeah? Yes, the Minister of Agriculture's presence would have been a plus, but the buck stopped with him, not true?
Indeed.
The buck stopped with the Honorable PM, not true? He is at the helm of things. So it is very important that he overlook things, especially the politics, the Westminster style politics run. Yeah? Because even up to the time, it's certain things, we will call the former Prime Minister is his name will be calling, even in things he might not even be aware of. So it's important that the present Honorable PM, step on top of things, yeah? And be part of any little gathering that's going on, even with other ministries that don't come under his portfolio. Yeah?
Very, very important. Very important. You know, say, let me read forward to today, y'all. No, let me step on yesterday still. We hear the rep, the PRO from the Newton thing there. Them call out a whole heap of things that are going on in the month from the second, yeah? We don't hear no cleaning up. Mention there. We hear all kind of thing. We take note everything, you know. We don't hear no cleaning up. A whole month, no cleaning up and stay clean. None of that. So you know, so the nastiness is going to just steady still. Yeah? So we just hear a call to talk about. And with the walk show, I pray that the inclusivity that my family is appealing for will be part and parcel going forward. Because we're seeing a lack of inclusivity around here enough, you know. And we want to know if when the family live there is not part of Newton. And she should talk about the message yet. Hey, me grew up in Newton and me grew up in McKnight. And you see Master Jane, when we small, we hardly see it. Because the man them scrub the Jane. Well, it's more than mass in Jane, you know. Much more than mass. Terrible. Land of nasty. Much more than mass. Yeah. We forward to today. Yeah? Yes. The class system is the culprit. The Majesty don't say now. That color of skin soon. That struggle there with color of skin, it soon will be no more. Yeah? It is just people's characteristic and their flexing. We have to be dealing with. At present, we have this color thing. But we're going to lick it out. It have to be no more. As a man is just a man, a woman is just a woman, people is just people. Yeah, it's the flexings of people we have to go pay attention to.
Okay, E.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
we gotta
your
go to
call.
Fireproof. As usual, you know we love your lanes.
But I'm yeah.
So,
Thank you for your call.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go get a quick break here from Rams, and we come back with Fireproof. Officer Tim is on deck.
Awesome.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Buster, pour it up, need the thirst quencher in my cup. If you have one, hold it up and say, Buster put the colors in my life. Refreshing and nice, and I drink that what we like. Buster, you're full of vibes, living for the color. And I'm black and white, we do what we like. We live to enjoy life. Buster, pour it up, different flavor. Load it up. If you have one, hold it up and say, Buster put the colors in my life.
Fruta full of vitamin thing. Real fruit juice, not full of vitamin. Pop open the goodness, just dive in. Fruta every night, fruta every morning.
It's the amazing taste and quality in fruit juice you've come to know and love. Anytime, anywhere, any occasion. Fruta is your tastier, better, healthier choice.
We got the vibes, fruta. Real nice, fruta.
And for the families, remember to pick up the 1 liter.
Everywhere I go, it's showtime. I see it follow.
It's going down. I'm talking about
Yes.
Fireproof.
Mm-hmm.
We have Officer Tim. He's in studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jamster. Good morning, Azard.
Yes, good morning. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here with you on Fireproof. So, yeah, should be just here to...
It seemed like you were here like 3 days ago. So, you know, I'm serious.
Good morning, listening audience. I hope everyone is doing well today.
We are well, because we've been engaging with them. They have been doing well. See, Candy is back. Yes. And so, tell us, what's on your mind this morning?
Well, due to the nature that we have a short period this morning, I was thinking about why not entertain some general concerns that persons might have regarding the fire services, and probably we could clear up one or two things.
I like it. And I must say, you look much more well rested this week.
Yeah, so
So no craziness this week, no?
We did have a structural fire. Oh, no. Yeah. However, happy to say that no one lost their life in that fire.
Always a good report.
Always a good report where that is concerned. But it's always sad to see someone lose a part of their livelihood. It would have been a business place. Well-known establishment. Restaurant in St. Kitts.
How did I
right
miss
there
that
in your
one?
town.
Is that over there? I think someone mentioned it yesterday.
Yeah, right there in your town area. Yeah.
Yesterday?
No, it wasn't yesterday. Day before. But in the wee hours of the morning, around after 3 thereabout.
So when's it?
Yeah. So it would have been yesterday morning. But in the wee hours of the morning.
Hear about this? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for that.
So is it the whole building was gutted, or is this like a partial?
A part of the business place, he had a bit of a residential aspect to it in the back area.
Are you able to say where it is?
The officers. It's on Herbert Street. Yeah, fire was located on Herbert Street. However, the fire officers were able to stop the fire from reaching, the residential part of the establishment.
That's unfortunate. Can't even imagine what that must be like for that business place.
Business owner.
Yeah, because I remember I was having a conversation with an insurance company recently, and I was asking them about insurance for businesses. Unfortunately, it was a company that just offers life and health, but one of the things that I think all business persons it goes through their mind, like what happens if there's a fire? Because like for me, I do event rentals. Yeah. And when that fire occurred, like almost in my backyard, I woke up and one of the things that went through my head is like, what if it traveled? Because the houses, you saw like the neighbor of the person that lost their house, it's right there. And I saw that they were doing some cleaning up after the fire, because I'm thinking smoke and all of that must have gotten into their property. And that's always a fear when there's a fire, that the buildings surrounding it are also affected. Like, so I know I would see that the firefighters would go and they'd wet that building so that, the fire doesn't travel. But that is always a concern. What if the fire travels? And then what if you're not insured for that? What if, you lose property? How do you bounce back from that? So, that business person must be up in arms right now.
Right. The thing about the aspect you touch where, a fire might be in at a location and then, the other house is affected. It doesn't necessarily take the actual fire itself to the flames to reach over to the other neighbor. Just the heat alone, the heat alone from the house that is burning can cause another house to catch fire. Generally, it starts with like the fascia boards and the roof. The heat would reach those areas, and you would just see it start to smoke, and then that smoke in effect would then emit into an open flame.
That is, and I've seen it happen so many times, and I think because you said that, and then you said there was a residence, I am just trying to imagine what that person must be going through mentally, the anguish, because there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to insurance, and that was not one of my favorite topics in school. Azard, what was that? Did you enjoy studying insurance law?
I didn't.
Maybe it was the teacher,
I
but
didn't do insurance.
you didn't do
law.
insurance law. Did not like it. Maybe it was my teacher, but it was not one of my favorite topics.
Maybe for a future show, we could have maybe a member of the insurance come and talk about.
I'm not sure if there are a lot of companies here that do that type of insurance as it relates to businesses, because then you'd have to it's almost like if you're insuring a property, because those are like things, you know.
Yeah, well, just to be clear, at the LLB level at the UE, and of course will be similar in UG. We had options in our third year, so I did more corporate and company, and trust that my knowledge of thought would be enough for the insurance, and then whatever I'll just read in the legislation and the acts.
Our head of department taught insurance, company, equity, and trust, and said that those were no longer options. Right, so we kind of had to do them. But I didn't do trust law, because after I had done insurance and company with him, it was just like, sir, I cannot stand you. So, but I had to end up doing trust after. So, but insurance, well. It's like, and I feel like I'm always on the fence with it, because you need it, but.
Yeah,
do you need
but
it?
I think not to go on with the topic much further, but I think our company lecturer perhaps did insurance as well.
Definitely prefer company law.
Yeah, I enjoy company. Anyway, we get back to fire.
Fire and insurance, and maybe, like you said, maybe that would be a good thing, to get an insurance company to come on and just walk us through the essentials, the importance of having fire insurance, and just, I guess, insurance in general, because I don't want to knock anybody's trade, but yeah.
I mean, we have been seeing, vehicles affected by fire, homes affected by fire. So if persons can have insurance in relation to their property, then it might be a plus for them. Hoping that nothing ever happens.
Right. But prevention is always better than cure. Fireproof.
Of course.
Yeah, so it definitely would be, I guess, prudent.
Yes. Indeed.
That word has been evading me all morning. Prudent.
Finally caught it.
Yes.
Finally caught it.
Yes. So, I mean, as we said before, it was going to be just a really quick chat with Timothy. So, if there's any other thing you'd like to say to the callers, the viewers, for the weekend and for the rest of the week.
Well, yes. In relation to, the weekend is upon us, and there's a time when persons engage in festive activities. During the week is more like work, but then on the weekend now it's time for them to have a bit of fun. So we are asking persons to have fun responsibly. If you have to take a drink or two, make sure that you do not over excess to the point where you're not aware of things that you're not supposed to do, especially relating to fire issues. No smoking in bed, no drinking while driving. That could cause accidents. And as a fire services,
you guys will get called out again.
Right, that is a part of what we do. So we won't want to see any of the citizens engaging in these activities that could cause not just harm to themselves, but it also affects their families as well. So we want everybody to reach home safely from wherever festive groups location that you're in. Get home safely, get home to your family, get home to your loved ones.
I love it.
Definitely.
Don't drink
and drive.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for
so
your
much.
time today.
And do have a wonderful weekend.
Restful,
thank you very
hopefully.
much.
We'll take a short break.
Hopefully it's restful.
Exactly.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food, people always there to serve you. Rams the good
And it's 9:47. We are back. And we got, 13 minutes left, guys?
Yeah, so we
that's
turning up, turn up.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm gonna have some words with Mona.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh,
They probably got tied up or something.
Probably,
so
because
sure
isn't it like a wrongs they're making? Like maybe?
Yeah, so then there might be another station.
So if you're late for one, you kind of overspill to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reschedule for next week.
But in the meantime, this song,
Yeah. Well, the instrumental anyway.
Yes, the beat.
Yes, and
I love that the acoustic guitar on the top there. You know, nice orchestration.
Tell me again,
Yeah.
whose song is this?
That's
They
the
call it
Ruckus and the anthem.
Is it
Creative Economy?
This is the music.
Anthem.
This is the music.
Yeah, that's the
to
music. Yeah.
Well, no wonder I like the song.
Yeah.
Good job, Lucas and De Jour.
Yes.
Yeah, together.
So 5 back-to-school preparation tips for parents. So the end of summer marks the exciting yet hectic transition as children prepare to go back to school.
Wait, excitement for who? Because I'm sure the parents stressed out.
While students are getting ready to dive into a new academic year, parents play a pivotal role in ensuring a smooth and successful transition. From organizing supplies to establishing routines, here are 5 essential back-to-school preparation tips for parents to set their children up for a successful start of the school year. Jams, are you listening?
All right.
I have to go buy juice tomorrow.
See?
Buy the case.
There you go.
So number
And
1,
snacks.
plan ahead and create a checklist. So
Check.
You have to buy the juice.
Check, Jamster.
One of the most effective ways to manage the back-to-school rush is by planning ahead and creating a comprehensive checklist. Take the time to sit down with your child and discuss what supplies they need, whether it's notebooks, pencil, uniforms, or technology. Having a clear list will help you avoid the last-minute stress and ensure you don't forget any essentials. Additionally, planning ahead can also help you take advantage of the back-to-school sales and discounts, saving you both time and money.
And we had those nice what's it called? Reduced VAT days. So, yeah.
Another thing, Jamster, you listening?
I am listening.
Establish a constant routine. After the more relaxed schedule of summer, transitioning back into school routine can be challenging for children. To help ease the transition, begin establishing a constant daily routine a couple weeks before school starts.
Sheesh.
Generally, adjust bedtimes and wake-up times to match school schedule. A structured routine helps children get enough sleep and sets a positive tone for the day by reducing morning chaos and stress.
So I've already kind of programmed my mind for that too, because traffic is going to be murder on Monday.
So when are you going to put that into practice in the real world?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We adjusted our schedules for traffic. I'm backing up my colleague here. We adjusted our schedule for traffic.
Because right now he's doing do as I say, not as I do. So
we're trying to help you.
When you're gonna get the kids
and the other.
Oh, that's what you mean.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
What?
But that doesn't take away from the fact of me saying what the
I'm just teasing you. It's Friday.
You're taking away the message.
Come on, man.
This is our week
so
for
number three, create a dedicated study space. So you understand, having a designated study space at home can significantly enhance your child's focus and productivity. This space should be quiet, well lit, and free from distractions. Please encourage your child to personalize their study area with motivational posters, organizers, and school supplies. When children have a dedicated space for learning, they are more likely to feel engaged and enthusiastic about their studies.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah. So it sounds like you make a good uncle.
Number 4.
At the very least.
Number 4, review and set goals. Before the school year begins, take some time to revise and review your child's previous academic accomplishments and areas that might need improvement. Use this assessment as a basis for setting realistic goals for the upcoming year. Discuss these goals with your child and encourage them to take ownership of their academic journey. Setting clear goals can motivate children to stay focused and strive for continuous improvement throughout the school year.
True.
Mhm.
We have a call.
Go ahead.
I don't
Save
see
that
you
last
on.
one. Yes.
8 minutes until 10. Go ahead, caller. Hey.
I get cut off
Mm-hmm.
because the phone ain't had no food. I was talking about Pan Road. It's very disrespectful to the community and visitors who travel through the community daily. That road, Pan Road, Big J, need to clean. And all these people who is throwing garbage in the drain at night when rain time, it gotta stop. And down the road to the back of the Catholic school, convent school, them garbage down there will come out of Jeffrey campaign office. We have to move. That big tree in the road where all the Spanish them seem to like they put garbage there, we ain't gonna tolerate them things, you know. We gonna beat out these things and I want Jeffrey to know, you know. If you're up and down you're doing all kind of things and you ain't cleaning yourself, we gonna clean you out. Have a good day.
Okay. Boy,
Okay.
Jeffrey must be trembling. Cowering behind his desk right now.
So, now let me finish number 5.
Please and
now.
thank you.
Yes, please. Get so many cutoffs. Okay.
That's the
so
last one. This is number 5, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Promote open communication. Open communication between parents and children is key to a successful school experience. Regularly talk to your child about their day, their challenge, and their successes. Create an environment where they feel comfortable discussing any concerns, whether related to academics, friendship, or extracurricular activities. By maintaining open lines of communication, parents can provide the necessary support and guidance to help their children navigate the ups and downs of life.
You know, I think one of them should have been familiarize yourself with and I guess these are, with the classroom teacher or head or whatever, so that, you know the personality and the person that your child is going to be interacting with, especially in a primary school setting like the homeroom teacher. And it makes for easier, I guess, not only transition but communication. Because when you were saying communication, that's what I was thinking. Because then your child can come home and say certain things, and then you'd know, well, yay, nay, and then it also, if the teacher has a concern, they would feel open, like the lines of communication would be open for them to give you a call or message. Because I know a lot of schools do like these WhatsApp chats now where all the parents are in the chat and they give feedback as to what's going on in the school, in the class, whatever. So I thought that might have been a good one.
You see, Jams, though, Candy made a good suggestion.
No, she did.
I used to teach.
Caller, go ahead.
And I teach as well.
Very good, Mrs. Strain. Love that. Communication, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, communicative voice. Very, very, very vital. Yeah, man. We was where we was, the class system, that's the culprit, indeed, The Majesty, they don't say until the color of skin and eyes and all them things, there's no significance within the scheme of things. You have to deal with people flexings, where people are flexed. Yes, we know about this. We know about all of the warfare war go on, yeah? But it's not everyone involved in the warfare when it comes to color thing. You see me? Yeah, because I have some nice white friends, yeah. And couple Chinese and blah, blah, boom, boom, And we don't feel them out and know how they turn. They can't fool we, so we don't know how they turn. So the culprit is really the class system, which is dictated by economics. Yeah? We keep saying that. And it keeps the gap between the rich and poor very wide. And earth no balance. Earth one is the balance because of that. Yeah? Because all of you are human beings, like some have 10 head and some have 1, and some have 16 hand and some have 2, and some have 20 foot and some have 2. We are the same human. But because of the economic system, yeah,
which is tying with class system, that abominable class system. And you know, it is even more abominable to see we who was taken away keeping up that system. Up to the we who are taken away as human cargo. The class system is all in our midst. What a terrible thing. What a terrible thing. Yeah? Let me forget the story. Talking about story. The opening of school. It did done service so we are going to echo it. Civics. Yeah? Critical thinking. Yeah? And we want to push identity inside it. Yeah, because see we just say who we be within the scheme of things. We're not West Indians, you know. We're not Kittitians and Nivijans, you know. Them things are illusion, you know. Total illusion. So we need to know and embrace, tenaciously embrace our rightful identity. Otherwise, we far within the scheme of things. We watch out on the cricket thing there. We watch all the cricket team down to today, 2023. We still got a cricket team that represent we by the name of West Indies. What madness. And we're comfortable with that. We're comfortable with that. Before they go on the field of play, they don't get defeated psychologically. Because who they must play against is who they say they be. But we're not who we say we be. We're not West Indians. So we don't defeat before the game even start. We don't get defeated.
Eli, what name would you suggest for the cricket team if they were to entertain that idea, which I actually agree with? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's only the consciousness of the long-time players, them levels of thinking. Can you say Viv Richards? Them consciousness and Neiman others, and that carry them through with the winnings, the confidence to win, even in them time with a stupid name, but West Indies. Is what them have inside of them, but these youths, yeah.
Okay.
These youths don't have them kind of consciousness, you know.
Eli, we have about a minute left. I think they want to wrap up. But yeah, you
Thank you so much, Ross Eli.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things that...
He can cuss me now.
Well, you could take that on your own. But one of the things that he said that I like was introducing critical thinking into the curriculum, just school. I just feel like it's something that this generation for real. Needs, man.
But in terms of the civics, I also
like
think
civics as
the
well.
cleaning. I remember, I don't know if when you went to school, primary school, you had a roster where certain people had to clean the class. It seems as though that doesn't happen now. I feel like in terms of instilling a sense of pride and about about having clean surroundings, I feel like that is something that needs to be put back.
Yeah, and even within that,
I don't know if they do it still, but
I like the whole critical thinking. I'm thinking like teaching them about budgeting and that type of stuff.
Yes,
I
don't
understand, man.
Thank you. We used to have a little bank when I used to go to boys' school where you go and you bank 50 cents or $1 or $5, that kind of thing. And then you could go and take off. You go take off money, and maybe you don't have money today.
I think they've pushed some of that into like home ec, but if everybody's not gonna take home economics, like I took home economics first, second, third form, and then I gave it up for languages. But
civics need to be put back. Absolutely,
we need to instill some serious principles.
Yeah.
Bring back some of that into this generation, because even when you think about the cleaning, and even persons on the Facebook wall, Facebook chat, they're commenting about it.
The Facebook one, I have to go and check.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for the way people view their surroundings and maintain it.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, you guys always hear me talk about how coming down and seeing KFC boxes and Burger King boxes on the court.
You know where I live, right? Steps. So it's been relatively clean because it's been summer. Wait until school opens.
I could imagine.
I have to go outside of my fence and pick up box drink, Coke bottles. It's just.
And I imagine
it's
on the roundabout
ridiculous.
and sort of, right? Oh Lord.
On the roundabout and right where my fence meets
Fences,
the road.
yeah, with coming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food containers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Could imagine.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We've had an interesting morning.
Well, yes, we have.
And it's the end of the week and the beginning of September, and we have a bunch of holidays coming up.
Oh yeah,
National Heroes
those two.
Day
Yeah.
and
September to
Independence
remember.
Day.
So guys, let's just have a good one today.
Yes.
Yeah, and a good
Enjoy your
weekend.
weekend. Be safe.
Yes,
And we will see you back here Monday morning bright and early.
Yes, and we look forward to it. And I look forward to find out when the additional color days will be and what the colors
Oh,
will be.
for the love. Let me
No,
send you the
meaning they only sent out the green.
No, love.
they
It's
sent
planned
out-
right down to the 23rd of September. Is it the 23rd?
I think so.
Every
Friday is a different color.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought, no, I didn't
poor
know.
Jamie.
Okay.
Doesn't read the notices.
I'm gonna have to abuse Biff then because what he sent me.
And
was
he sent it to me as well.
Yeah,
and
but-
I got it from 3 other persons, so I'm well up to date. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send it to our chat. Mine, he has it, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know, I didn't realize. No, I didn't realize.
Next week Friday's
Because you
yellow.
see, right, this one is just one. I didn't realize the one above was like different ones. Oh God.
Had a rough night last night, sir.
No, but you know when you have your WhatsApp full of stuff and you have to go through all that
But
stuff.
the funny thing is, you're the one that sent it to our group chat.
Yeah. True.
So
He
you be
doesn't read
forwarding
the
thing
note.
and not reading.
He does-
Just forward, right?
Yeah, it's just like they'll sort
We got
it
you
out.
on the ropes.
But I
now.
know you guys will film me in anyway about the things I missed.
So
I know you
next
guys
week
will-
Friday, Jamster, please tell someone wear something yellow.
Well, if you
I
didn't
will,
follow
I
this
will.
Friday, we'll see what next week brings.
Yes.
Have a good
Okay,
weekend,
guys.
Jamster.
Okay.
And tell the kiddos hi.
I will.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have a very interesting weekend.
I have to go look for the juice tomorrow
Exactly.
and the snacks and Lord, you know, all
Great.
that stuff.
Feel free to bring
Awesome.
samples.
Maybe.
That maybe is a no.
No,
Just leave him alone. Leave him alone.
No. Come on, guys. Okay.
Have a good one today.
Yeah, I will.
Bye-bye.
Y'all are too much.
From the South.